stop. This is the thing. The intro's hard.
Hello, everybody. This is our first podcast. My name is Ella, and we all study at a university. I'm at Leeds Beckett, and my third year doing English literature. Will you introduce yourself?
Oh, right. Sorry. I'll pick up from you. I'm Kay. I also study at Leeds Beckett. I do media, communications, and cultures. Right.
And I'm Fran, and I also study media, communications, and cultures at Beckett, and I'm in my third year.
Yeah. we all are in the same placement. We all work at SHOO. So this is going to be our little podcast. We're going to chat every month, just about like anything really. So
everything.
Yeah, we decided that today we would discuss probably something that dooms on most students. What to do after graduation, and like what everyone's thinking in terms of like what path they want to go down, or like self-employed, any businesses, especially like because of like what's going on around us. Is it going to be harder, or is it going to be stressful? Are people not going to look for a job and kind of just stay part-time at the job that they are already in at uni?
I'm already stressed.
Yeah.
I was already stressed before Corona, and now it's like, even my mum was saying, I was like, I don't know whether I want to do a master's, and she's saying it's almost could buy you time. It's not really a lot. Sorry?
Masters, it's kind of for me. I think in my mind, a master's is good for a certain subject.
Yeah, I don't want to do one. Like, she wasn't pushing me to do one, but I think a lot of people are feeling like that.
Going to buy you that extra uni time.
Yeah, well, during the first lockdown, I was thinking about it a lot, and I didn't want to let go of student life. I was like, no, I can't do it. Like, I just want to have another year of student life. And I was like, and also it means, like Kate said, you can buy time. It means that hopefully jobs will be a bit more available then. But then starting third year, starting dissertation, I've realised it's
a lot of work this year, isn't it? Like, so much more. Yeah,
and I'm just like, I'm actually tired of studying now. I think I want to go into working. I mean, working all through summer, I really enjoyed the sort of, this probably sounds really boring, but the sort of like just the set day, like you get up, you go to your job, you come home, and it's like not
routine.
A routine.
A routine. I'm so ready to start working. Like you said, I'm tired of studying now. Like, I'm tired of not having forcing myself to get up and do the work, because if I don't do it, it's not going to get done. But it's so hard for me, especially, to motivate myself, and I'm such a big procrastinator that I'm really organised, but the dissertation for me is too overwhelming. You know, when you just can't start it because it's so big and so daunting. Yeah, I'm so ready to start working 9 while 5 and have weekends off.
Yeah, I found that, like, working with SHOO, sometimes I'll be doing uni work, and then I like slowly drift into doing SHOO work. I'll be like, I'd rather just do something with SHOO. Like, I enjoy that so much more than uni work, and I think that's sort of the indicator of, I think you need to go get a job now. I think because, sorry, I didn't want to leave Leeds. I think that's one of the reasons, but I can just still live in Leeds. I don't think
there's so many opportunities in Leeds. It's a city. It's a business city. What are you like wanting to do after uni? Like, what sector, industry?
The marketing industry. Basically what I've been doing at SHOO, I want to do that in my career, because obviously during uni I was like, I want to go into marketing, and then obviously we did the placement with SHOO for uni, and I was like, this is what I want to do. And then I think now, because I know what I want to go into and what I enjoy, now I'm like, I don't want to do uni anymore. Like, I know what I want to do. I think that's what's happened.
What do you want to do, Kate?
Nothing.
Well,
I don't know. I really enjoy production, but then I was like, do I need to do a master's in production? I I honestly don't know. I was like, just stressed, but I feel like I'm not freaking out about it, because it is one of them things where it's actually very rare you do know what you want to do. And I was like, because there's lots of different things I like and lots of different things I could do. And I was like, I'll just figure it out.
I wish I was like that, and that's such a good thing to be, I think, just being so chilled and not worrying, because I think everyone forgets that we are only like 20 and 21. Like, I'll have just turned 21 when we graduate. Why do I need my life sorted and
also,
make a career?
This whole COVID situation has showed us that life can change so fast, and your plans can change in literally like that. And I just think, like, you can't worry about something that's going to happen in June, because I mean, with COVID, you don't know what's going to happen. No,
exactly. I don't know as well if I want to stay here. Like, I don't know if I want to go back to Australia. I panic about getting a job straight away and feeling like I can't leave.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like a commitment firm, but I was like, I don't want to get a job and lock myself in, unless it's a job that, say, I work there a few years and then that can lead me out there. So I'm not stupid. I'm not just going to go to Australia and magically get a great job and everything's going to be fantastic. Like, but I also don't want to get a job I love and then feel like I can't leave the job.
Yeah.
That's very careful what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you get used to like the money, the salary, the routine, and before you know it, you've been in there 10 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, like what Fran said, who even imagined that life would be like this last year? I don't honestly think, and I was saying this to a friend even today, you just can't predict, and you can't have a plan as far as a year on, because who knows what's going to happen. And sometimes it's for the best, sometimes something comes up that you never thought.
Yeah.
Scary.
I feel like you're forced to be optimistic.
Yeah.
I think I'm naturally optimistic.
You're expected to know what you want to do. Even when you were 16 and you were choosing what A-levels you wanted to do, you were expected to know what you wanted to do. And I kind of knew, but what I wanted to do back at GCSE is completely different to what I want to do now. I mean, no, it's not completely different. It's still, I wanted to do film, but now I hate doing films. I hate making films. I just want to do marketing. So, and maybe in a year's time, I'll be like, no, actually, I want to become an accountant. I would never, but
yeah. Oh God, no, I could imagine anything worse.
I have no idea what I want to do. Like, I do content writing for Shoo, but also I'm doing podcasts, and I'm going to get into like the graphic designing and literally dip my toe in everything. But as far as like what I want to do, I literally have no idea. And from being asked when I was 4, I've never known.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
I don't know what I wanted to be when I was little. You know how everyone always asks you? One point I wanted to be a professional swimmer. Don't laugh. I used to actually properly train when I was younger. And it was just like the easiest thing to pick at that point. And I was like, I would never imagine me trying to be an athlete.
I wanted to be a lifeguard. Don't know why. And I wanted to be
a gone together perfectly, Fran.
I don't want to be anything. I think one of my main goals in life is just to travel. And one of the things that puts me off getting, like what Kate said, is I don't want to be stuck in a job where you can't really take a gap and then you've got to find a new job after. Because one of the things I want to do is travel, like Asia, in like a couple of years when I've saved up. And for me, beyond graduation, I think getting a job is obviously such a priority, but living, especially after this year where things have been so restricted, like I had so many holidays, so many festivals cancelled, I'm not putting that on hold. I'm not going to just put that on hold for a job. And I think, I know it's like a cliche thing for a student to do is, oh yeah, I'm going to go travelling after, but why not? Like, we've done education for 21 years nearly.
Yeah. I really want to travel as well, and sometimes I think, oh, should I have just taken a gap year before uni? But one of the main reasons I didn't take a gap year was because I knew as soon as I'd come back, I wouldn't want to go back to uni. I've come out of the swing of it. Applying at UCAS, I'd been like, oh no. Whereas like, at college, they were like, you need to apply. So I thought, I'm just going to have to jump straight in it. Because knowing me, I would have just thought, nah, you know what?
It's also an age thing. I think, obviously, you can go to uni at any point, but everyone's always like, oh, it was the best time of my life, or the people that went 18 to 21, because that's when you go, you're like mental, you party, like you have like a great time, and you're growing up whilst you're at uni. Whereas I think when you go away and you travel and that, you come back, if you then go into that, fair enough, you could still really enjoy it, but you might go in and just be like, oh no, absolutely not. Like, I mean,
there's a few people,
but it's a different.
Yeah, there's a few people who are like just over 21, and obviously they're still young, but when they are at uni and the rest of them are 18, there is a big maturity gap there.
Yeah.
Because when you're 18, you've just moved away from home. This is your first time. And when I thought about when I was 18, I was so, like, now 21, I'm really mature. And I just thought, oh my gosh, if I go and I'm 21, I'm going to be like,
I think that you've got to learn a budget for uni.
And also, we were talking about this last year. We were talking about like skills you've learned at uni, and obviously you learn your essay writing skills, but there's so much more. There's like team working skills, communication skills, time management, all these skills you're going to take into your workplace. It's not just what you learn, it is the skills you get as well. So I don't regret it. I don't know. I think I like the person I am now because of uni.
So if you had to go back, you'd choose uni again?
I think so. Well, as well as that, I've met some amazing people at uni as well.
Life, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. So I wouldn't regret it. When maybe I think it's a little bit expensive, bit of an expensive thing, but
yeah,
I don't regret it.
Does anyone else want to know how much money in the first year they've spent on going out? I would just love to see a figure for like drinks, like whatever you bought for prees, because you'd buy drinks, you'd just buy everyone a VK when you're in prison. It's like money was no object. You're like, do you want a drink? Do you want a drink? All right.
Yeah, I am really glad that I sort of found SHOO, because I've found other people I know do work experience with different companies, and they're either doing a really, like when they tell me what they're doing, I'm like, oh, I won't want to do that. Or I know someone and they were literally making teas and coffees for people, and then just running around getting them lunch, writing down what they're doing, and I was just like, with SHOO it's very hands-on, and they've got a lot of trust in you, and you know, they give you all the passwords to things, and they're like, go on.
It makes you want to work harder when they do that as well.
Yeah, because they've got a lot of trust.
That's trusted.
And if you said, oh, actually, Rachel or Chris, I actually really fancy doing more video things, I'm like, yeah, do it. You know,
they want you to learn everything and get good at what you want to. And that's why I love my part of SHOO, because like I said, I want to do graphic design. I want to kind of get into like designing things, and I know for a fact that as soon as I ask, they'll team me up with someone, and that'll be my project.
Yeah. And as well, sorry, I've lost what I was going to say.
That's okay.
It's just come out of my head. Sorry. They're really good small team. Like I think they're really approachable people. I feel like one thing I was like scared of working for a company was having this big boss, and he was so scary to go near, and you were so scared to get anything wrong. Whereas at SHOO, you know, they give you constructive feedback, but it's not in a horrible way, and you can contact anyone and they'll be happy to do anything for you. And also for like our team Goose, our team, everyone's so nice. We just get along really well and we gel really well. So I'm really happy that I went for SHOO and I've worked for SHOO.
Yeah, I think working at a placement, any placement that you really enjoy, is a good stepping stone into the professional world. I think it's definitely given me more of an idea and direction as to where I want to go, because I've been thinking about being self-employed. Obviously, with this situation, being self-employed and not working for a corporate company that can go bankrupt is a good idea. And I was actually speaking to somebody on LinkedIn, and he said that he worked for like a business for years and years and years, and then he decided to put his skills into practice and become a self-employed person and own his own business. And there's a thing called being a virtual assistant that I came across, like a creative virtual assistant. So you basically just offer, could be even easy as like booking appointments or like graphic designing, anything. And doing a work placement, you've learnt all those skills. And
sorry.
You can go.
No, I was just going to bring up, when you just brought up LinkedIn, that's another thing. I put on a group chat of my friends from home. Oh, has anyone got LinkedIn? I really want to like try and get my connections up. And they were like, why have you got LinkedIn? That's for business people. And I was like, well, actually, LinkedIn's really good. I've been using it loads recently. And there's job roles, but applications on there. You can connect with people in your industry. There's so much you can learn. I follow a lot of marketing ones and like, oh, watch our course, do this. Here's some tips about, I follow, I think it's Girls in Marketing, and they put a whole thing on how to write a good cover letter. And you're just like, it's just so, LinkedIn is so good, and I think people need to get it. I think this is, I don't know, I've never heard of this, it's just for business people.
To be fair, yeah, with LinkedIn, because I know you've mentioned it a lot now, and I'm a lot more aware of, oh, right, okay, maybe I should look into that. And obviously Chris and Rachel mention it constantly, but it was one of those things where either, I feel like it's a lot through TV and things, I've noticed it, is like taking the mick out of LinkedIn. Oh God, LinkedIn, I'm like, why on LinkedIn? Like, it is that sort of thing of like, just like no one really cares. I'm like, oh, it's really not like that. It's serious. People do actually do very well with LinkedIn.
Yeah, I find myself going on LinkedIn and spending a long time on LinkedIn. I find myself going on LinkedIn before Instagram sometimes. I'm like,
God.
Who am I? What have I changed?
You're in too deep.
I have. I think I've really like got into it now, and yeah, it's really good. I think people need to get it.
Well, I've had to, as an assignment, contact people on LinkedIn with careers that I was interested in from graduation, but beyond graduation. And the response I got from people sending me like these size paragraphs of like how they got there, what were helpful, you know, all this stuff, like what experience they got. And then from that confidence that I got, when I came across virtual assistant, that role, I was contacting people who were virtual assistants on LinkedIn and getting feedback and what best ways to do what and everything like that. LinkedIn is such a good platform for people, students who are looking for jobs or looking for tips, like Fran said, with CVs and cover letters. And I think a lot of people need to get to know about it more.
How do you go about, if you wanted to get in touch with someone on LinkedIn and you want, like you have done, how would you go about doing that?
So find out what you want to know and what type of person. So for example, me, at first I contacted people who I just looked at, people who got other connections, scrolled down and thought that role looks interesting. And one thing I found was I got more of a response when I was very clear of why I wanted to know, because a lot of people don't necessarily want to share personal experiences or advice if it's going to be distributed worldwide, like if it's going to be put on a blog post or something. So say that it's for personal experience, personal benefit, just say who you are and why you want to know. So when I contacted this lady for virtual assistant guidance, I just said, like, I'm in my final year at university, I'm looking into this role, and I noticed that like you're really successful on LinkedIn at being a virtual assistant. Do you have any tips or guidance on it? And she responded straight away, just giving me tips and that. Not everyone is going to respond. Some people do ignore, but that's just life. You've just got to just even copy and paste the message, but personalize it to that person. Don't just send like a automated message, make it personalized to that person, but message tons, because everyone's going to have different experiences and different tips, so just collect what you can. But I think that's such a good way to, they have like 500 plus connections, they're entrepreneurs, but this one guy messaged me back and he was sending like 5-minute voice notes about all his experience. Like, they take the time to really get in there and give you what you need. But yeah, just search the person, the type of industry that you want. Just send them like a personalised message and they'll get back to you. As easy as that.
Wow. I might try that. I mean, we've not really had much support on LinkedIn, like getting careers stuff at our uni. But next semester we are having more help on, finding jobs. in first year we had a little thing saying you need to get LinkedIn, and then that was it. We didn't get
but in first year no one pays attention.
Yeah, everyone's like, I've just started uni, I've got 3 years here. Those 3 years go like that.
You can't tell an 18-year-old, get LinkedIn, really worry about it now. You're like, no.
Yeah.
In the end of second year, you're a bit like, so what was that you mentioned about getting jobs in the first week of uni? Like, just a little refresh, thanks.
On my careers module last year, it one of our main tasks to build our LinkedIn profile. This year, through the module, which I got the internship, we had to like redesign our LinkedIn bio, do the connections, and I can't believe how much that little task has benefited me by being proactive and take initiative. So when I was talking about the enterprise scheme, one of my contacts was Laura James, who is the recruiter, the talent acquisition manager for Enterprise Rent-A-Car. So I messaged her, setting up a chat, basically, asking her like what she liked about it and if she had a degree and everything like that. And because I took initiative and I was proactive and I were genuinely interested, but I came across genuinely interested, I fast passed the application process and went straight to the interview. So doing things like that benefit you in getting jobs because they want people who stand out and take and do the extra mile. So promoter for LinkedIn.
Yeah, I think what we've learned here is you really need to stand out from other people. You can have your degree, but you need to sort of be your own independent person. I mean, Kate's got her I've been to Australia for a year. That's pretty impressive. People are going to pick that up.
Well, that's how I got to work with Shoo. That's like what I talked about for the entirety of my interview. Rachel was like, oh, I want to put you on this podcast team because you're really confident, you're really personable, like you've been to Australia and lived there for a year by yourself, like this won't scare you. But like, you know, I was like yeah, great. Just keep doing everything, getting experience.
You hear loads of stories where people graduate and then they fall into one job and then they suddenly start falling into another one and they're completely in a different place than they actually wanted to be at the start. But you just sort of follow this path and you're like, okay, I'll just do this. A
lot of the time you end up being a lot happier doing this job that you never even thought of before.
Yeah.
It's like you end up here.
Yeah, I thought when I first went to uni, I thought, oh, I think I want to go into more like print media marketing. But then I started thinking, well, I don't know if print media marketing's sort of dying out. So maybe I could just try the social media thing with Shoo, just see what it's like. And then I've ended up thinking, actually, I think this is where I want to be in my career.
There's a billion jobs, and I don't even know what half the titles mean because they're that different. Like, I literally thought there was a customer assistant, a manager, and like a hospitality. I literally did not know what any of these like communicate. I am a director, executive communicator. There's so many things. So to think that you're limited and you need to choose one of those for the rest of your life, and you need to have it chosen by next year, is ridiculous.
Madness, yeah.
I feel go with the flow, what Kate said, literally go with the flow. Even if you're in a part-time job for the next 6 months because you're still looking, then you're in a part-time job for the next 6 months because you're still looking. And I think don't compare yourself to other people and where other people are, because that's the worst thing you can do on social media and in real life. If your friend's got a postgraduate job straight away, great. But that means that you're not doing just as good because you've not yet.
Yeah.
Self-love.
Yeah, that's basically it.
It's been a good chat.
Yeah, it's gone really well.
Right. Well, thank you for listening, everybody. We'll probably be, we will be here soon talking about something else. I know, going on a tangent about something else. So thank you for listening. See you later.
Bye.